If you think America's two-party system is dysfunctional, then you're in the right place. Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Art. My name's Art Rude and I do a little video each weekday morning when I can, anyway, where I try to stimulate discussion about how to end the two-party trench warfare. I'm sick of it, and if you are too, let's have a discussion. And the nice part is that if you just stay away from the actual partisan issues and talk about how to reduce the actual partisanship, the trench warfare, it's actually possible to have a good discussion. And in my little talk yesterday, I talked about the first two reforms that I feel are essential to that process, limitation of terms. But remember, there's two things now. Well, actually three. First of all, it can never happen from either of the two parties. Say, you can't fix the problem when you're the problem. They're the problem. And so limitation of terms can never come from the two parties because the two parties run on the seniority system, what I like to refer to as the senility system. But what that does is that gives a bottom line for the legalized corruption that both political parties run on. Because once these people are elected and they get those contacts with those lobbyists and their political action committees, so they know where their funds are coming from, it's very comfortable for both the politicians of both flavors. Now, I'm talking of both parties now, not one and not the other. That's the problem with the two parties. They only see the flaws in the other guys, not themselves. Seems to me there's a biblical thing. Anyway, uh, they never see what's wrong with their own party. You know, all the things are with the people in the other trench. We gotta get rid of that. It's not helpful. It's stupid. So let's be the alternative. You and me, whoever's watching this. Let's be the alternative. And sometimes it's hard because so many of these partisans get very, very emotional because they see it as a battle of good versus evil. And, relax. Take a chill pill. There is a battle between good and evil, but that evil would be both parties because they have legitimized corruption. Because that's all it is. It's legitimate from their point of view, corruption. I view it as simply corruption, and it needs to be dealt with. I get a kick out of people that think that the Citizens United was what went wrong. People, that's just the frosting on the top of the cake, and it's a big cake, and it's been going on a long time. If you think it's just Citizens United, please look deeper. And see, that's the difference. You know, I'm going to come and visit with you, and oh yeah, I got to remember. Here's the book, Political Cocaine, How America Got Hooked on the Two-Party System and How to Intervene. I really hope you'll consider that. I've just been visiting with some people who've read it, and it's really nice to get the reflections and to hear what registered with them, and I really appreciate that. But it is a little discouraging. I'm heading back towards home, and I've tried a number of things. I have not gotten a single review from a single newspaper or media source. Uh, you know, America has freedom of speech. Yeah, to a certain extent, but what they don't tell you is freedom of speech loses a lot of fun if no one's listening. So I appreciate every one of you who do, and those of you who will think. But please, I'm trying to start discussion here. Check it out for yourself. You don't have to believe me. I don't intend to gather up followers for myself. I intend to do what I can to end the two-party divide and get people out of the trenches. That's pretty much it. But the way you reform the system is important. So we talked about limitation of terms. Then we got to get rid of the winner-take-all rule. But the third part is by far the most exciting to me. And I've really never heard anybody else talk about this. And I proposed it 35 years ago, first time I ran for the House in my home district in North Dakota. And that's dissolving the House of Representatives, sending them home, and having them vote electronically. There's no reason why we couldn't do that. But besides limitation of terms and doing away with the winner-take-all rules, think of the amazing step forward that would be in representative democracy. To get the representatives in their home districts listening to testimony of actual constituents instead of lobbyists. And plus, it makes testimony to your congressman accessible to the common people of the district. I think it's very exciting. And then there's lots of other possibilities, especially for the young people. I mean, they're very at home with technology. Okay, let's use that and learn to express opinions that are valid in terms of research and support. They're not just totally off the wall, but that our young people could have an opportunity to prove their merit as leaders, as people who can represent a viewpoint, the viewpoint of that particular district effectively. And so maybe it'll become something of packaging those testimonies of local common people testifying and learning to take those opinions that are the most exciting. They express the emotion better, and give young people an opportunity to lead. Just think of what America could be if we actually selected our leaders based on their ability to lead instead of their ability to raise funds. Think about that seriously. There's a great TED Talk that a guy gives. The number one criterion for selecting elected leaders with our current two-party system is the ability to raise money. If you can't raise sufficient money, they don't want to talk to you. Well, there's something to think about. All right. Every day's a gift. That's why they call it the present. And I hope you can unwrap your present, but unwrap it very carefully. There's some good stuff in there today. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And I hope you can have a wonderful discussion with somebody. Have a great day.